Hi everyone, I'm Kat, the lead narrative designer at Zoogloo.
And I'm Greg, the lead game designer at Zoogloo. For those of you who weren't with us last time, I'll give you a brief synopsis of what the game is about. Thrive Heavy Lies the Crown is a medieval fantasy city builder featuring real-time combat and weighted decision-making. As a ruler in a strange new land, every choice leads you down a path of benevolence or tyranny, and the game can be played either cooperatively, solo, or competitively.
We're back today with another developer's vlog to share with you some of our latest updates. Today we're going to explore the roles of AI towns in Thrive, as well as how the ration system works. So let's start with AI towns. Many towns and villages populate the lands of Nissamore, and as you explore and expand throughout this land, you're bound to encounter them. These encounters can be tense or welcoming, depending on the town's own allegiances, as well as the path you ultimately follow, be it one of benevolence or tyranny. So, trading is often the first step in developing relationships with AI towns. Could you explain how that works in Thrive, Greg?
Yeah, definitely. So there's many AI 10s throughout the map. I'll zoom out here and I'll show you. Um, this is kind of what we call our strategic map. It shows the entire province, the different areas you can own, uh, the enemy kingdom, and these little squares here are different AI towns. So there's an AI town already right next to me. When you click on the town itself, you can see it pops up its own UI, and in there it kind of gives you some information. So it tells you their status towards you, whether you're friendly or not, um, their alignment, like benevolent, tyrannical, or just neutral, which is a pre-benevolent or tyrannical state. They have requests. So right now they're saying deliver us 240 planks. You can also give them gold to increase their friendliness, and throughout the game, in order to up their tiers of friendliness, you're going to have to keep paying them or keep doing these requests for them. And as you get friendlier with them, you can ask for gifts of like money, troops, or have an alliance with them, which will then make any enemy that you have their enemy as well, and they'll help you out in the fight. So right now they're asking for the 240 planks, like I said, so we can show how to trade with them and fulfill this request at the same time. I'm just going to zoom in here. I have a caravan already packed, so I packed the 240 planks already onto the caravan here. The radius shows you just have to have the radius within the town vicinity there. Everyone's just standing still just because I have the game on pause right now while I talk also. But since the town is in the vicinity here, I'm just gonna, I'll hit the play here. I'm gonna click on the planks that I have here. Yeah, there we go. And this kind of brings up the trade menu with the town. So it shows what they have to offer. It shows what I have, and we're just gonna do populate the planks into this slot. It tells you how much money it's going to cost them. So you'll receive this amount of money, and they'll receive the planks. So I'm going to hit confirm. They should now have the planks. I have 0 planks on me. They will have the planks. Yeah, they're no longer in my inventory there. I'll zoom out here and we'll click on the town. So my friendliness has gone up from 15 to 40 now. So they actually got the request done, and the request is now changed to destroy a Grimrock camp nearby. So that's their next request they're asking for, to get more friendliness.
A quick question about that. So obviously anytime it's an item, it's going to go through that trade menu.
Yes.
So with the killing the nearby Grimrock camp, for instance, is it just a mark of completion? Basically, once you've destroyed the camp, they will know? Or do you
Yes.
have to go back and confirm? Oh, they'll know? Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
basically, and if you're playing with multiplayer as well, everyone will see that request, and basically the first person to do that request gets the reward of the friendliness points. So whoever would pay attention to that request and go and kill the Grimrock camp, they would get the bonus for that.
That's clever. It adds a nice bit of competitiveness to it. Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah,
Actually,
cool.
I like that in multiplayer. Now, there might be some people that are more inclined to strike first and ask questions later. They might be a bit more tyrannical, shall we say. So what about attacking AI towns? How does that work in Thrive?
Yeah, so if you want to attack, we can definitely show that as well. I have some military units already here, and I've also set up some things just to show off some of the new features we've already implemented in the game for these military units. So I have a little wall here. It has a nice gate that opens and closes to protect your town. And they have these corner pieces with ladders, and you actually have to place the pieces with ladders along the walls so that your troops have access to them. If I select a couple of units here, I can tell them to go up on the wall, and they'll use the ladder, and they'll go up there, and they'll space themselves out on the wall. You can move them around the wall once they're up there. You can put archers up there, or melee units, and they will guard your town like that. Let's click them back down here. They also have a new system implemented where it's the ration system. So the rations are what your military troops need to basically have the war of attrition in our game. So you want to have either a barracks in your province, which will have, it shows all your military units within the province, and it will feed them if they're in the province. So they're pulling from this right now. And if you're outside a province, you need to have a caravan with rations on them, which I have here, and they're down to about 165 rations. And they will feed anyone within the radius. The military units themselves can hold up 3 rations themselves, so they don't need to refill their food every single time they eat. They'll have a few, that guy just actually filled up. So once you're out in the world, they don't have to come back or get to a caravan immediately. They'll have up to 3 meals. And there are different tiers of meals, so the harder they are to make, the better the bonuses you'll get. You'll get bonuses to attack, defense, speed, things like that. And that way, no matter where your army is, inside or outside your province, you're always going to have to have rations for them so that they don't lose their health and can fight at full strength. So I'll take these units and I'll start moving them down to the town that we know about. Another thing you can do too is you can select different box formations, and it will show you how they'll be set up. So you can take them, set them up in the different lines. Yeah, and when you hold down the right click, it'll show you the direction at which they'll be facing to. So you can head your troops in the right direction for combat. And they have a different.
I feel like that's the one thing I didn't know
Okay.
about. Sorry,
No,
I was gonna say I didn't realize you could do that, like change the way they were facing like that. That's something I didn't even realize, so that's cool to see.
yeah.
Makes sense, but
And this way too, like they have a different priority. So different units are obviously in the front to the back. The heavier armored units will be in the front, whereas the lighter armored units will be in the back. So right now you can see the swordsman in the front, the spearman middle, and the horseman in the back. So start moving here. So the first thing you need to do to actually attack a town is you need to declare war on them. So I'm going to go click this button here, declare war. So now they are my enemy. You can see that their status has changed. Select my units, and they will go and start attacking the town. Get some more units here. And the more you destroy the village, eventually they will surrender. I'll try to show that here. And you basically get 3 options once they do surrender. You have the option of changing their allegiance. So, or they've already surrendered here. So I can demand tribute, demand resources, alter their morality from either neutral, benevolent, or tyrannical. Neutral is just the state basically before the switch to benevolent or tyrannical. Or I can destroy the entire city to the ground. So right now I'm just going to, I think, pick demand tribute. And I'll accept that. So they will have paid me a bunch of money to leave them alone. So now you can see my troops have actually stopped attacking them. Once you get them to surrender and you actually settle the deal by picking one of those options, there's a period of time where they are, I guess, invincible or invulnerable just until they can rebuild and give them time to... So you can't just keep re-attacking them, basically. And that goes for any player. So if one player came in and wiped half of them out and they made a deal with them, you would have to wait before you were able to attack them until the time period is up.
okay, that makes sense. I feel like too, like yeah, when you're talking about the allegiances as well, like for people to remember, so Nissamor is ruled by a group called the Wermaxa, and so initially all of the towns will pretty much be in line with the Wermaxa. So it's only through like your influence and interactions you'll start to see a shift. The more of an impression you leave on that land, the more you're going to see those allegiances kind of alter. So yeah. So when you're thinking neutral, just think or Maxa, I think Nismore, that's exactly what those people are for. And it makes sense because they've lived there the whole time, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, yeah,
And
so
yeah,
but it is fun. It almost feels like you're a cat toying with them though, like when you're showing that and you're just like you can like just ask for tribute, but then you can come back later and bully them, which
sure.
is like it's so cruel, but I love it. It's
Well, the
actually
one thing that
it's
after you
good.
do make a deal, though, it does reset the town. So all the friendliness of
Okay, yeah,
everyone,
yeah.
it's reset to zero. So now they're either,
They won't
yeah, they
remember.
don't remember. And you also, like, if you had put points into them or another player put points into them or, like, done requests for them for the friendly stuff, everything would be reset to zero again. They're basically,
Oh
yeah.
wow, okay. That's good to know. I mean, especially with multiplayer, that's interesting to know,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, you almost want to keep an eye on the towns that you are interested in
Yes.
because of that. Yeah, that's great. That's good strategy, actually.
So yeah, shows you a little bit about the trading, requests from other AI towns, and attacking of AI towns. Um, we also showed you a little bit of the military and some of the new features we have there with their ration system and the walls being able to go on there and walk around and defend your town. I'd just like to thank everyone for joining us this time. You can follow along on Thrive's journey on Discord. It's open to join to anyone. Type in Thrive HLTC and our server should come up. We're also on Steam to wish list. So thank you very much.
We'll see you in the next vlog, guys. Bye.